I've been planning this recital for probably about a good year, and I'm excited to present it to you today. The first piece is a very unusual composition, bringing bass, trombone, and percussion together. Hasn't been done very often. And I had owned this piece for many years and could never find a chance to perform it. But Sean, who's a fantastic percussionist, yes. He's performing under Stravinsky in the second half. So since I already had him on board, I thought this is the time to play this piece. The first half has a theme, and I love themes. The theme is original bass trombone works by American composers. So all four works have that in common. And I think I've included the date so you can see when they were actually composed. And that was the oldest one. We're going to move on to something completely different, as Monty Python might say. And so the next work, much more modern. The composer is younger than I am and wanted to write something in the kind of vernacular, the contemporary sounds. So I'll be performing by myself, but with a recording. And the recording essentially gives you club music. So the style markings in the music is hip hop and techno and funk. And I think funk is the key to the title. So you're probably wondering, right? Where does this title come from? And I think the answer is funk. Excited to welcome Susan Grace to the stage for the next two works as we close the first half. We've collaborated many times in just great accompanist. Very honored to share the stage with her. I want to introduce this next work. It's based on a very famous poem by William Blake. Forest of the Night is one of the lines from the poem called The Tiger. And this was an effort by a religious man in Old England to ask many questions, kind of a little bit existential, but wondering how are these things possible in our world, and he's specifically talking about the tiger. It's actually a pretty short poem, and I thought I'd just read it to you so you have that frame of reference that inspired this composer, Eddie Bass, to So this is William Blake's poem. Tiger, tiger, burning bright, in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps or skies burnt the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare seize the fire? And what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? And when thy heart began to beat, what dread hand and what dread feet? What the hammer, what the chain, and what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil, what dread grasp dare its deadly terrors clasp? When the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamb make thee? Tiger, tiger, burning bright, in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry? We have one more work, but it's a biggie for the first half. And again, it's something completely different. Chris Brubeck, you may recognize the last name. He's the son of the famous Dave Brubeck. And the whole family is full of musicians, just a great group of guys, father and sons. And I was introduced to this piece by chance, but a wonderful circumstance where I was living, 10 years ago, I was living in the Bay Area and was called to come play with the Stockton Symphony. Stockton's kind of an inland part from the Bay Area where the University of the Pacific is. So I went to play this gig, and it was a pops concert with the orchestra, and I couldn't believe it, but the soloist was Dave Brubeck and all of his sons. And they had a long connection to the university, and they were all featured in this concert. So I did share the stage with Dave Brubeck before he passed, and I'm thankful for that experience. What was really eye-opening was Chris, one of his middle sons, who's a trombonist and a composer, and Chris played this piece. He soloed with Stockton Symphony on his concerto, and I was in the back doing my little bass trombone part, but thinking this is a pretty cool piece. As you can imagine, it's very jazzy. It takes those influences from his father, but it's almost all written out. At the beginning, I'm going to improvise a little bit, but that's really not my strong suit. I'll be basically playing what's written by Chris in this concerto. So, yeah, it's in 3 movements, and we're going to have some fun. Thanks for coming, and stick around for the second half.
For some time. And I know you're here to hear l'histoire du Soldat, but to say a little bit about Jeremy, over the past few months as we've been rehearsing this, I've got to know Jeremy a little bit. And let me tell you that beneath his hipster veneer, beneath his Woodstockian visage, there resides an exacting and precise band director.
Thanks, Steve.
I experienced that firsthand many times. Jeremy would say to me many points in this program, he'd say, "Now, Steve, your entry here needs to be done with real precision. Are you up to it?" And I would think to myself, real precision? Precision, perhaps. Not real precision. Other times he would tell me, "Steve, you're the narrator, no dancing." And I would say to him, "Okay." And he would say to me, "You're still dancing." But it has been a wonderful collaboration. One of the great things about Colorado College is the way in which we can reach across the college and connect with people in very different departments to do something like we're going to see today. What you're going to be hearing is Stravinsky's Tale of a Soldier. Composed 1918 in the aftermath of the war, we see a very different Stravinsky here. Interestingly, his idea here was he was very interested in the théâtre ambulant, interested in composing the kind of program that could be given from the back of a truck as they moved around the ravaged countrysides. And we hear in both the sparser instrumentation as well as in the very broad allegorical strokes of the soldier's tale itself. We hear something that appeals and can speak to all levels of the population and continues to speak to us today. And I think a note on the program, the libretto that is quoted in your program, that is cited in the program, is slightly different than the libretto that we're going with. We've put together different things, tweaked it a little bit to make it a little bit more in the present. But I think in working on that libretto, putting that libretto together as I did, I was struck by the way in which Tale of a Soldier is a piece that refuses to become a museum piece. We may think we're done with Stravinsky. We may think we're done with tales of soldiers returning home. We're not. And there is a complexity to this tale that has entranced me. And think it will you as well. I hope so. And so, without further ado, we give you l'histoire du soldat. There's a soldier with his pack, trudging down a dusty track. 10 days leave, that's all he's got, which is not an awful lot. Marching home. Nearly there, not far to go, only 7 miles or so.
Shall I rest here? I could do worse. God, this soldier's life's a curse. Forward march, advance, retreat. Aching bones and aching feet, legs all bruised, feet all blistery. Why do I do it? Total mystery. Walking, night and day. Oh, how my stuff's all in disarray. I hope St. Joseph's not been lost.
By St. Joseph, he means his lucky silvery medal with an image of his patron saint, his namesake, tragically embossed.
Thank God in heaven, there he is.
He pulls stuff from his kit bag, viz. a bowl of string, a reel of cotton, a bar of chocolate he'd forgotten, his razor, shaving brush, his basin, a broken mirror to see his face in.
Where's the picture?
Where's it going? He's referring to the portrait of his girlfriend.
Oh,
He finds it in his pack, he kisses it and shoves it back. And then he reaches deep within and produces a battered violin.
ah. Cheap old rubbish, foreign tat. No wonder it's always going flat.
Give me your violin.
No.
Then sell it to me.
No.
I'll swap it then for this book.
I don't know how to read.
Trust me, sir, there's no real need, for this book's magic's rare indeed, and in its pages is wealth untold. Title deeds, banknotes, mountains of gold.
All right then. Let's have a look.
Help yourself.
He takes the book. Numbers, symbols, names of firms, stocks and shares, financial terms, economic strategy, and...
Looks like double Dutch to me.
Just be patient and you'll see.
And anyway, if this book's worth so much money, why on earth would you swap it for a fiddle that costs 10 francs?
That's the point. You've got a bargain.
Oh. In that case, thanks.
He gives the devil the violin and continues to read. Names of firms, financial terms, the stock exchange totals record.
At the end of trading on the 22nd, on Friday the 22nd. Hey, that's odd. What's today?
Tuesday.
Oh my God.
It's a book that foretells all future events. It tells you what will happen 4 days hence. Meanwhile, the devil tries to play the violin in vain.
Ah, right. You're coming home with me.
What'd you say?
I need you there to teach me how to play.
But I'm on leave.
We'll take my carriage. Quicker that way.
My mother's waiting by the door.
She'll have to wait a few days more. Isn't that what a mother's for?
But my darling's pining yonder.
Well, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Oh, all right. Where do you live?
You'll be pampered, clothed, and fed, and lodged in style with a feather bed. 2 days visit. You can leave on the 3rd, after which you'll be rich. I give you my word.
What'll I eat?
The tenderest meat.
What'll I drink?
Chateau Lafitte.
What'll I smoke?
Havana cigars of inordinate size, hand-rolled on supermodels' thighs.
That detail kind of tipped the balance. So off he went to share his talents with his new friend. In a golden palace, the soldier sipped wine from a jeweled chalice. His bed was soft, his clothes were sumptuous, and every dish was rare and scrumptious. For 2 days amidst this perfect idyll, he looked at the book and taught the fiddle. 2 perfect days. The 3rd day dawned, the stranger knocked, the soldier yawned.
Come in,
He said,
just leave the tray.
Get dressed. You're going home today. I made a promise. I've kept my word. 2 days are over. Today's the 3rd.
What about my breakfast?
Look down there.
a tall black carriage with 6 black horses, shivering, steaming in the morning air. Here's a soldier with his pack, trudging down a dusty track. He's exhausted and he's hot. 10 days leave is all he's got. Marching home. Finally, marching home. He's so happy to be there. Now his packs, his light is air.
At last, here I am, home. Hey, Madame Marie, hi there. How are you? Your garden's looking lovely. So are you. She doesn't seem to hear me. Oh, look, there's my mate Jack. Hey, Jack.
Jack is working in the fields, but the soldier shouts at him. Shouts and waves, but the other man doesn't wave back.
What's the matter with him? I know he saw me. It's Joseph, the soldier. No need to ignore me. Oh well.
But look, here's the schoolhouse, the falling down steeple, the ramshackle village teeming with people, men, women, children, crisscrossing the square, one after another. They stop and they stare.
Hello, everybody, it's Joseph, it's me.
One after another, they turn and they flee.
It's Joseph, I'm back, it's me. Here I
One after another, the doors start to slam.
am. Don't run away. Am I mad? Am I dreaming?
And then
There's my mother.
she runs away screaming. And then, when she's gone, he thinks of Yvonne.
My love, my darling, my night and my day.
There she is on her farm with a man on her arm, married, 2 children, a third on the way.
You bastard, you liar. Is this what you planned? Now I know who you are. Now I understand. No wonder my greetings fell on deaf ears. I wasn't 3 days with you. I was 3 years. No wonder they feared me. No wonder they fled. To them, I'm a ghost. I'm a zombie. I'm dead. That bastard, liar, cheat. What a fool I was to listen to him. And yes, I was hungry. Yes, I was tired. But still, that doesn't explain why I listened to him and believed him. Never believe people you don't know. Never, never, never listen to them. Just tell them, I don't know you. Instead of which, I listened to him. I shouldn't have trusted him, but I did. And I gave him my violin. Stupid, miserable fool I am. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? bastard, liar too.
So tell me, what are you going to do?
Liar! Bastard! Parasite!
There's no need to be impolite. Calm down or you'll get indigestion. Calm down. That's it. Now answer my question. What are you going to do? How are you going to live? Come on, your memory's like a sieve. Where's the book?
It's in my pack.
Indeed. In that case, you've got everything you need. If you're a soldier, prove it. Left, right, on the double. Move it. Look, attention. Put that gun away. I give orders, you obey. Now get over there. Take your pack. Now leave it there, and now come back. Attention! Stay in position. Don't move until I give permission. Take off your cap. Put this on. It suits you. Take off your tunic. Stand over there. I'll find you something else to wear. Back in position. Attention! Keep still. I'll tell you when I'm done. Now the book. Where did you put it? Oh, yes, you said. Now go and get it. No, just the book. Bring it to me. Treat the book respectfully. Treat it with the proper care. It might make you a millionaire.
The devil produces his violin.
So this is yours and this is mine, each to his own, and all will be fine.
He read the book, at least as best he could. And the more he read, the more he understood. At last he fathomed what the book was for. It made money, money, money! It made more and more. And with this money he acquired goods and set up stores in ritzy neighborhoods. The more he made, the more he bought and sold.
Roll up,
He said, and up they roll.
roll up, you lovely ladies. Just for you, we have gloves dyed black and blue and midnight blue, castle blue, lavender blue, sky blue, beige, sandy brown, patty colored and gray, dark gray, gray gray, medium gray, silver gray, deep purple, pitch black, moleskin brown, medium brown, khaki sizes 8 to 20, in cloth of gold, crepe de chine, satin and white satin. And my advice is buy it now at pre-war prices.
He bought things, he sold things, new things, old things, hot things, cold things, tin things, gold things, thousands and thousands and thousand-fold things. He even made a special list of things that didn't yet exist. And still, people bought them. And people even had thoughts because he'd thought.
This book can bring one wealth untold, rivers of diamonds, mountains of gold, all that you long for, your slightest desire, all the earthly goods you could ever require. We're all of us doomed. We're all going to die, so why not live? Why not buy? They need to pay, they need to spend. They need a life, a love, friends. They need to live before they die. And then, because they can, they buy. They need the merchants, they need the shops, so they can buy everything.
He stops.
Everything. What is everything? Who needs everything? The more things you have, the more sadness will follow, for a thing's a thing, and finally hollow. A thing's a husk, with dust inside. Things are empty. Things have died.
And so he marches until he crosses into another country. And over the border is another village. And in the village is a village inn, into which he wanders aimlessly, sits down, and has a drink, or three. He sits and sips and thinks, what's next? He looks around, bemused, perplexed. He starts to stare through the sheer white muslin curtains out onto the square, pretty muslin curtains fluttering in the breeze, the sound of summer leaves rustling in the trees, the tweeting of the chaffinches, the buzzing of the bees. And then he heard the sound of people, first a murmur, then a hum, then a clamoring of voices, and then the beating of a drum. And then he heard a stern oration, a proper royal proclamation about the Princess Gwendolen, the daughter of the king he was was in. He was ill and wouldn't sleep, wouldn't speak, wouldn't eat. The royal proclamation was read out in the street. It was all about the Princess Gwendolen, the daughter of the king of the kingdom he was in. The person who can cure her and save her life may claim the royal princess to be his wife. Just then, a bloke came over to Joseph and said, "Hail, chap, what'll it be?" Even though we didn't actually know him, which is not really that on. When I was a soldier in the Canadian Armed Forces, the same thing happened to me all the time. "You're a fellow soldier. I saw you come in. I thought I'd come over and wag the chin. He doesn't look happy. That's what I thunk. Why not chortle over? Help him get drunk. Anyway, cheers. Here's mud in your eye. That thing with the king, you should give it a try. They love the uniform. Knock at the door. Say you're from the Army Medical Corps. I'd try myself, but I just got wet. Why don't you have a bash instead? Why not, for God's sake? Give it a go. Offer to treat her. They can only say no. Why not?
Damn it, why not? Goodbye, mate. Thanks for the tip and the chat, the drink, the companionship.
The soldier said and ran from the inn to visit the Princess Gwendolen. At the gates of the palace, his way was barred by two fierce halberdiers standing guard, both of them bearded like the part. There's a bell by the gate, so he gave it a ring, then strode past cool as any old thing. "Hey, where do you think you're going?"
To see the king! I'm from the Army Medical Corps.
We've had a few of those before.
But they didn't know my particular tricks.
Then I'll put you down for 6:30.
No problem, I said. That's quite all right. I'll see you later on tonight.
He left the king sitting on his throne, he thought.
A wife to call my own. Let's see what the cards have got to say. Hearts. Let's see, queen and 10. Nothing but hearts. Again and again, nothing but hearts. My luckiest suit. A wife of my own. And a princess to boot.
Sorry, matey. Join the queue. There's someone here ahead of you. Bad luck. Don't be angry. Look, I know that you're rich, but occasionally life is a son of a bitch. It isn't always a barrel of fun. In practice, the fact is you've lost and I've won. Look, card and card, hearts all the way. You probably think it's your lucky day. Nothing but happiness, or so you believe.
He holds up the violin.
But I have the trump card here up my sleeve.
And then I began to understand he had the secret there in his hand. And now I'm trapped, my back's to the wall. Again, I've got nothing. I've got nothing at all.
That bastard smash his head in, break his arm.
He's not human, it'd do him no harm.
He's still got a hold on you, he's still got a claim. All your wealth came from him, and so he controls you. You see, if you can lose that money, then you're free. Play cards with him. If you lose, you win.
Do you want to play cards?
What?
I've got cash. Are you in?
My dear chap, you're on. How could I refuse?
Make sure he keeps winning, then he'll lose.
What do we play for?
10 a trick.
No, 50, 100, or even higher.
100. Be careful, you're playing with fire. No more book or violin, huh? We'll keep on playing and maybe you'll win. That's it with cash. It flows in, it flows out. But when you start gambling, then you end up with naught. You're poorer, not richer. Older, not younger. Nothing but misery, nothing but hunger. You'll sell all you have. You'll sleep in the street. Your feet will be bare. Then not just your feet.
Put down 100, play again.
You're insane.
Make it 1,000.
6,000, there!
Careful, sir. Take care, take care. I won. Are you still playing?
Yes, 10,000.
Tell him everything you possess.
Everything I have!
I've the ace of spades, and you've...
10.
There, you see, I've won again.
You see, do you see? The more you lose, the sooner you'll be free. The more you're strong, the weaker he'll be. He's going to fall. I thought he would. Get him a drink. That'll do him good. Drink to his health.
Here's to you! Oh, perhaps you've already had one or two. I drink to your health. Here you are.
You're going too far.
Look out, he's falling timber!
I'm free. I'm free!
The soldier reaches out for the violin.
Do you think I dare?
He's not had enough yet.
There we are. There.
Let's count him out. 7, 8, 9, 10. This once was yours. Now it's yours again. Soldier takes the violin, stands by the devil, and begins to play. become himself once more, will soon come knocking at your door. A man who has forged his life anew will pass his newfound strength to you. He'll give you life, he'll give you breath, for he himself has cheated death. Princess Gwendolyn is in her bed, so deep in sleep you'd think her dead. The soldier playing rouses her from rest, and then she dances, first stiffly, then languidly, then like a thing possessed. The devil wakes and sees them there, in tight embrace, a happy pair, sharing hopes and sharing dreams. The princess sees the demon and screams. The two of them drag the devil away before returning and falling into each other's arms.
Just for now they're having fun, but this kingdom is a tiny one. Within this country they must stay, or they will fall beneath my sway. Sometime from now they'll both get itchy feet, and the day they do, I promise you my vengeance will be sweet. I'll see that she goes back to bed, I'll drag him down to hell among the living dead. He'll be begging me, let me die. I'll sit and try and watch him
you've changed. You can't be anymore. You can't add what you've now become to what you were before. That's not allowed. One happiness is all the happiness you get, and two's a crowd. He said one night as they were lying in their bed. But then the princess said to him, "You haven't told me what your life was like before we met."
Say, it all seems so long ago. My soldiering, the life I used to know, the village, my dear old mother. So long ago it seems, and so far away. In fact, we could be there in half a day.
The princess looked at him and said, "What if we went there now?
We're not allowed to go.
You could cross the border, hurry back. No one would ever know." She looks at him. She says to him, "You know you want to too." She looks at him. She smiles at him. He says,
"Come here, you."
"No, not unless you say yes. Not unless you say yes. No, not until you do."
Maybe this time my mother will know me. Why not? It's worth a go. And then she could show me the love and affection a mother needs to show. If she'd agree to come home with me, life would be perfect indeed. Son, wife, mother, all loving each other. What more could anyone need?
So off they went. Long before they were there, they heard the village chimes peal through the air. They saw the steeple not so far away, and in the distance heard the children play. The soldier ran ahead so he could find the frontier post. The princess lagged behind. He called, and then he called to her again. Suddenly, he turned around, and then the devil jumped out in front of him. He had the violin. He starts to play. As the soldier lowers his head and begins to follow him, slowly but obediently, a voice calls in the distance, and for a moment, the soldier pauses. But the devil waves him on.